Hey everyone, the Powwow guy here. Today I want to talk to you about the subject of witches in the context of Pennsylvania German culture, both historical and modern. And in honor of the witches, I'm wearing a shirt that has something of meaning to modern witches: to know, to dare, to will, to be silent. It's like their magical rules, and the pentagram. This shirt, as well as many of the t-shirts that I wear in these videos, is made by my good friend Michael Schaefer. So if you ever see me wearing something on here and you think you might like to order one of them, just drop me a comment and I could put you in touch with my friend Michael Schaefer. He prints all these right in his house. He makes these designs up and prints them up, and he gave me a ton of free shirts last year. So he's that kind of a friend. So anyway, I thought this one is kind of a witchcraft shirt, so I'd wear this in honor of the witches when I make this video. Now, let me just say this is attempt number 3 to make this video. I made the first one last night and it got flagged because at some point there was music playing in the background, which I wasn't aware of, and it picked it up and it became like a copyright infringement. So I didn't realize, not a big deal. The video was deleted. Then I tried earlier to re-record and my dog started barking and screwed the whole thing up, so I deleted it. So here we are again. Witches, both historical and modern, in the context of Pennsylvania German culture. Now, every culture has an historical witch. Historically, witches were not viewed favorably, and here in Pennsylvania German culture, that is no different. A witch was someone who worked nefarious magic in the name of the devil. And in order to become a witch, there were various rituals and stuff which are still recorded in powwow source books, powwow materials, powwow, historical powwow texts. There are the means of becoming a witch. Basically, you're selling your soul to the devil in exchange for power. The price you pay, though, the devil's price, is that you have this compulsion to do this nefarious magic against people. You are compelled to do this work to harm people, individuals, crops, animals, farms, whatever. And if you don't do it, you suffer great physical harm, pain, and such. And you carry this, it's like a curse. You carry this throughout your entire life. You are forced to do this bad magic, and at your time of death, you have to pass this on before you die. You have to pass it on to a blood relative. You pass the curse on to them, and then you can rest in the afterlife. There was a woman in our church, and her case is well documented, even in a very popular powwow book written by a very well-respected anthropologist and historian in the field of powwow and Pennsylvania German culture in general. So, woman in my church named Carol, when she was a little girl, her grandmother was what was known as a hex, which is the German word for witch. And she had made a pact with Satan. She had to do this nefarious magic her whole life. And before she died, she made an attempt to pass it on to Carol as a little girl. Well, Carol's mother intervened, stopped the grandmother from doing this ritual. The grandmother died, and now Carol has been taunted her entire life by the unrestful spirit of her grandmother, who's filled with rage and anger and hatred because she could not pass this curse on to Carol. So she was forced to live like this afterlife of torment. She's not at rest. So I knew Carol as an elderly woman, and just in speaking to her and hearing her story and hearing her tell it, clearly this woman has been tormented her entire life. And she came to me, as well as another powwower, please, help me rid myself of the spirit of my grandmother. Unfortunately, I was a lot younger then. I was in my 20s. I was just new to all of this. I couldn't help her. There was nothing I could do. So there we are. So that's witchcraft. That's what it means to be a witch in the historical context of the Pennsylvania German culture. Now, let's cut to modern times, and with the rise of the neo-pagan Wicca movement from the 50s or 60s, when Raymond Buckland brought over the idea of witchcraft as a religion to the United States, it spread. It spread through the neo-pagan community. It spread even outside of the neo-pagan community, where people are embracing the word witch as this like positive thing. So nowadays there are all sorts of people who self-identify as witches. I would say a large percentage of them are good people. You know, they're doing stuff that's not very dissimilar to what I do as a powwow. You know, they're doing some herbal magic, some astrology, some healing stuff. You know, maybe some love charms or whatever. I don't do all that, but they do. So I wear this shirt in their honor because I had it, and I don't normally wear it, but it's a witchy kind of shirt. But anyway, people still are coming to me saying that they believe they are the victim of a curse. And with the vast number of magical practitioners in this day and age, they very well could be. So even though modern witches will say that they're good, they don't work with the devil, or they don't believe in the devil, or what have you. They don't even identify as Christian. They identify as something neo-pagan like a Wicca. They still could work some sort of like nefarious or harmful magic. And there's actually a saying that kind of like filters through the pagan community is, a witch who cannot hex is a witch who cannot heal. Now, it's kind of silly that they use the word hex in that way, because hex is the German word for witch. So basically what they're saying is a witch who cannot witch is a witch who cannot heal. Kind of silly. But really we're looking for the word bewitched, which would be verhexed. So if they're saying, you know, if you can't verhex someone, then you can't heal, that means there are a lot of people out there who claim to be doing good, but can actually do some dark stuff. Now, I myself have been known to send things back to people. So if someone comes to me, or if I feel that someone's attacking me magically or whatever, not only will I protect myself from that, but I will send it back. So essentially, it seems like I'm doing the same curse work or hexeride that they're doing, but really I'm just deflecting it right back, saying, no thanks, have it back. So some people feel it crosses the line. You know, even myself, I kind of tossed it back and forth in my mind, like, am I crossing a line here? But really, I'm just sending it back. I don't want it. So anyway, that's where we are with witchcraft. So the word hex is the German word for witch. Hexerei is witchcraft. Verhexed or verhexed is to be bewitched. So that would be the proper term. So if somebody says, oh, I'm going to put a hex on you, what you're really saying is, I'm going to put a witch on you. You know, that's kind of dumb, right? So anyway, there we are. This is all Pennsylvania German context. This is all from the view of a powwow. This is all historical versus modern. Again, I actually know some people in this day and age that self-identify as witches, and they're fine. They're decent people, good people. You know, they respect me, I respect them. But the rider here is that if they're going to put a curse on someone and that person comes to me for help, I'm going to help that person. I'm going to undo the work you did, and I'm going to send it back to you. So, you know, even if we're like BFFs, if you're going to curse somebody, I'm going to uncurse that person, and I'm going to send it back to you, so just be warned. It's my job. I'm a powwow. So there we are. So that's witchcraft in the view of a powwow in the context of Pennsylvania German culture. Again, every culture has different variations, definitions, and such. I'm only speaking about here, Pennsylvania, even a strict kind of south central, southeastern Pennsylvania definition of the word witch. There we are. Happy Memorial Day. Love you guys. We'll talk very soon, and God bless you all.